how do you want people to perceive Ian Kersey? Who is Ian Kersey? Why do we care? Why should we care? What do you bring to the table? Give me just a handful of who you feel you are, what you are. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Well, like when it comes to perception,
just everything, bro. As a person, fuck it. Just as a person, like off this interview, what do you hope people are like? Damn, this cat's hard. This cat's this cat's that. Like, what do you want them to speak to you in the comments in a sense of being like, yo, I fuck with him. I understand why he has a following. I understand why people kind of look at him like, oh, he's that black belt.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Well, when it comes to like the perception of like who I am, I definitely say like the way I perceive myself would be like an entrepreneur and creator. Whether it's like creating through whatever means, whether it's clothing or, you know, like videos, photos, like just expressing yourself I think it's really dope. And so like one thing I'd say people can take away is definitely like, apart from just creating content and stuff, like I genuinely like want to help people. Like I want to provide value to the world.
I pour up yellow test, so I gotta have it.
Check, mic check, 1 2 1 2. Welcome back to Oxplay, and today we're blessed with a special appearance by Ian Kersey. Ian, tell everyone what's up, bro.
Yo, what's up, guys? How you guys doing? Thanks for having me, man.
I appreciate it, bro. Fucking so what you been up to, bro? You finishing your second year of college, right?
Yep. University of Colorado Springs, second year of college.
So I want to talk about that actually. How do you feel about college, bro? Because like dudes like me and I think most of my viewers, we've never really actually maybe some of us had the ability to go to college, but we never went to college, right? So what do you feel about the college experience so far? Going to where's your school?
I'm going to Colorado Springs.
Okay, and it's Colorado Springs. How do you feel like Colorado Springs has done you so far at this point in your life?
Well, so like the college experience, I feel like it's not really necessary for success. I know a lot of people talk about like, you know, stereotypical, go to college, get your degree. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's necessary for success, first and foremost, especially depending on what you want to do. Whether it's like if you want to be like a doctor or an engineer, then typically college, go to college. But if you want to do your own thing, like be an entrepreneur, I don't think it's necessary. Okay, so what do you feel? What do you feel college has brought to the table to you as an entrepreneur? Because for people that don't know, and we'll circle back after, but you got this ambition about yourself, and you got this drive within yourself to be more than just an average Joe, for the lack of a better term, right? Right. What gives you that drive? Like, what do you feel like college has helped you? Do you feel like college has helped you take that shit to the next level, or why did you go to college? Like, what made you do this? The reason why I went to college was definitely just like a backup plan. Okay. Because like, I mean, my goal for as long as I can remember has always just been to like start my own business, be an entrepreneur, be my own boss. And typically like a lot of people go to college just because it's the thing to do, you know. Because
that's what you grow up hearing, right?
Yeah, you always hear just go to college, get a job. I mean,
especially where we're from, right? Like all we ever saw growing up was what? Lewis Nutten Bolt, work in the fields, go to the prison, sell drugs. Like, so for us, college really only seemed like the way out, right? Right. So what do you go to college for actually?
So I'm studying business administration, with the emphasis in finance, and also like I'm in the BI program, which is the Bachelor of Innovation program, which is more like towards more centered towards like entrepreneurship and innovation.
Okay, how'd you find out about that?
I actually chose.
Did you chose that out of high school?
Yeah.
Who gave you the idea in your mind to like? So let me explain why I'm asking that, right? Yeah. For me and probably my entire senior class, they could vouch for this. None of us ever saw shit except like the three things people went to college for. General business. Just I'm talking a general, no specifics in anything, no major in anything, just a general ass business degree, psychology or criminology. Right. And to be fair, respect to anyone that's went out to get those degrees specifically, but you can't do shit with a lot of those degrees, right? Unless you take it to the top level, right? Yep. Like with psychology, are you gonna go be Dr. Phil or what the fuck are you gonna do? Because a lot of these undergrad parts don't have a lot of opportunity to grow. So how did you know? Who gave you that mindset to be like, oh, I could go do this in college instead of the typical go to nursing, go for general business, go for psychology? How did you know that? Who put that in your mind? Just you? Like,
I think I did. Because like a lot of people that I've been around, like typically like want to go to school for being a nurse or whatever the case may be. But like I knew I always want to follow my particular passion, which is, you know, like right now it always changes, of course, but like definitely like entrepreneurship and like business. And so that sector I found out through looking at different colleges and stuff, and that's the only program in the entire country that offers the BI program.
Oh, so what is the BI program?
It's called the Bachelor of Innovation.
Okay.
So it's a sector of, you know, our degree, which we work with small businesses, like every year.
Around the state or just where?
Typically in the area, so
okay.
like Springs or Denver or wherever.
Okay. And what do you do with these small businesses?
So you go through the program for 4 years. First year, you're just the first 2-3 years, you're just a team member. Okay. And what you do is they find these local businesses that need help or that need to expand in some way, okay. And they put together a group of people who are in this program, and we help them accomplish whatever goals they need throughout the whole semester. Okay, so like, so like for example, like one time I worked with this one group that was like a consulting agent, yeah. Okay. And so she wanted to, you know, market her things more. She gave us a whole list of project plans, and we just worked with her to help her accomplish her goals. And so we got
that's cool as fuck.
We get to help small businesses and kind of like learn from their experiences.
So what business do you want to create out of this for yourself?
That's a good question.
Where do you want to go with it?
That's a good question. I'm still, trying to figure all that out, you know. But like right now, I feel like content creation, somewhere within the realm of like, you know, fashion, clothes, sneakers. Yeah. That's definitely what I'm into right now.
Okay, so people don't know this, right? I know this because we have a relationship outside of here. When do you really feel like your passion for fashion, no pun intended, your passion for fashion kind of grew? Where did it come from? How did you find that? Like, was it always in you? Was it in you since a little kid? Did you learn this in high school? Did you learn it in college? Where did that shit come from? How did it come to you too? Because like a lot of like me, bro, I ain't never had no drip. To this day, I still don't think I got drip really. I just dress like a cholo. But where did all this come from you? Did you get it from your mom, your grandma? How do you feel about that?
Yeah, bro. Like it actually all started off in like middle school, and because I was really into basketball growing up, you know, like I love basketball. Spent hours.
And let's give them a little time frame. This is 2013.
I'd say 2014, 2015, okay. Around that time.
So this is like peak Nike basketball too, right?
Yep.
So this is peak Nike basketball. So
Nike
we're talking
basketball.
About the KDs, we're talking about Bronze, we're talking about Kobe's crazy.
All that, bro.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and so I first started getting into like shoes, mainly through basketball, because like I'd always like, you know, seen like the guys I looked up to growing up, like all the basketball players around the area, like
because that's who you wanted to be.
Yeah, right? I always had like role models like basketball players, like you're like, damn, I want to be like them like when I get to high school and shit. Mm-hmm. And so like I'd see them rocking like you know, J's or whatever, LeBron's, Kobe's.
You're like, bro, this is sick.
Yeah, bro. And I was like, dude, I need that. And so I remember one summer I saved up all my money and bought a pair of like, they were like some kind of off-brand. They weren't off-brand, but like they were just like, you know, they were only like $100 or whatever.
Yeah, but you thought it was cold.
Dude, I did, bro. I was out every day. I would play in them and I'd clean them right after.
I get it for sure, bro. Trust me, I get it.
Yeah, and then from there it kind of just evolved into like I started getting into like more of the more crazy expensive shoes. I started getting into reselling a little bit here and there.
And that's to go back to your entrepreneurship. That probably splurged. That probably made your pockets feel good, right? Like that's probably something that gave you the ability, like, man, I can make money selling shoes. So it helped take you to a different level with your entrepreneurship, right?
For sure, bro.
Just that little glimpse of money. Because I always tell everyone, bro, that if you really want to change yourself and you want to change your perspective, get a little money in your pockets, dog. Like, fuck all the philosophy shit I could tell you. Fuck all the high moral grounds and shit. Get a little money in your pocket, bro. You're gonna feel different, right? Yeah. You facts. Get a little money for something. You start walking with your chest out. You start walking with your head high. And it's a different experience really getting money. And I'm talking clean money. But you get it how you get it. Everyone got to do something. But that's besides the point. But yeah, bro, that probably helped with you wanting to run your own business in some sense.
Oh,
right?
For sure, bro. That's definitely when I was like, all right, this is something I want to do. Because really the first time I kind of realized like, damn, this is like I can make money from this shit.
Yeah.
Is whenever like a certain shoe release, it was like called like the Dornbecker Air Jordan 13. Yeah. It was like a special shoe that was like made for kids who have diseases at the Dornbecker Hospital, and they get to design their own shoe. And so these came out like, I was like 15 at the time. Okay. I got them for like the retail price, which was like I think like 150, like $200, whatever. And I flipped them.
You got Dornbeckers on retail?
Yeah, bro. But that was
that's at peak fucking hype, bro.
Yeah.
How
but
the fuck do you
what's
get
also crazy,
retail?
bro, is like the sneaker game now is so hard to get shoes because there's so many people who are into it now. But
they're not into it for the right reasons. Like 2013 sneakerhead used to be into it for
the culture.
Now people are into it for resales.
Yep.
You know, like I hate getting beat by the bot, bro. That's really what killed my love for sneakers, bro. Real talk. Is getting beat by the bot.
Yep. I feel you, bro.
Okay, so let's take it back. We got a little off track. Let's take it back to the fashion state. So Nike basketball, you start getting into a little more expensive shoes and shit like that. Where do we go from there?
Okay, so from there, I just like all throughout high school, I was mainly just into shoes. It wasn't really until about like my senior year, like about 2 years ago, I started really getting into like the clothing aspects of things. Like I always like saw myself as like a sneakerhead, like mainly just wore like jeans and like a t-shirt.
I was
like,
gonna say, tell me you drip the typical typical Swink High School white boy drip, or what
bro,
it?
Like it was literally just a pair of jeans, some whatever shoes, like J's or like at the time it was like a lot of Yeezys, like Ultra Boost,
a little Hanes shirt or what,
and just like a white tee
and a dirty ass white tee, huh? A clean white tee. I felt that, bro. I rocked all the dirty white tees. Shit.
Yeah, so I don't feel like I had like a lot of style until the last couple years. I started getting more into like the clothing, like self-expression kind of thing, rather than just like the shoes is more of wearing it as your statement piece.
And was that a style of expression? Did that come? What made you crave that expression in yourself? Like, did you feel like you were hiding who you were in high school per se? Like, did you feel like, because obviously none of us really know who we are 17, 18. Like, you think you do at that age. Then you get like to my age, or what are you, 21 right now? 20?
Yeah, I'm 20. We'll be 21 soon. Yeah.
And so then you get out of your own high school, you get into a college, you get around certain people, and you realize like, damn, I didn't know shit in high school.
Yeah.
Right? That's just
exactly
how you find out about yourself. So, was it going to college that gave you that self-expression? Or where did that self-expression, like where did wanting to express yourself a little more through clothes come from?
That's a good question, bro. I think I've always seen myself as like a creative person. Like I've always like been into photography or like doing edits, whatever the case may be.
Okay, see, I don't even
like
think I knew that.
Yeah, and so I feel like that was just a different way of like trying to be creative. So that was just my way of like a different avenue of like self-expression, I guess.
Yeah, creativity.
Yeah, because like you could kind of tell like the person's vibe just like from the clothes they wear. Like you could kind of see like their certain aesthetic,
Like, man, shit. I remember, take it back to the sneaker game, bro. I remember the first thing I used to check out on any man, any woman. Let me see your shoes. And obviously I wouldn't tell people that, but I'd be looking like, this is where I'm at. And then I'm gonna check your eyes. But I'm gonna check your shoes from a distance. Once I meet you, if I like you, we're eye level, obviously. But, bro, did you ever have a feeling or a vision that you could take it to the place that you're at right now with this fashion shit? The place that you are in your career as far as fashion, as far as influence, as far as following. And we'll get into that a little bit later. Right. Because I want the people to understand that about you. But did you ever feel like you could take it to the level you're at right now?
To be honest, bro, I never envisioned this. Like, I never, like, ever had saw myself, like, content creating and doing that. I always felt myself, like, I always wanted to do something within media, within like self-expression, creativity. I didn't know what avenue I wanted to do, whether it was photography, like creating videos, whatever. But like if I didn't realize what avenue I wanted to do, like I'd always been interested in content creation. Like I made a YouTube.
Since you've been young?
Yeah, bro. I made like YouTube at like 6th grade, bro.
That's fire as fuck.
Like I was just making I was making like fucking Minecraft videos.
That's cool as fuck. Yeah,
and then you know, and I grew up. I started doing like shoe reviews, whatever, and now I kind of found my outlet to kind of yeah. I feel like TikTok was a huge part of that too, because
as far as finding that creative outlet, or
because like when I first started getting into like, you know, creating videos and stuff, it was the beginning of the pandemic.
Yeah.
And so like I was locked in my house all day. Like I wasn't allowed to go out and see friends. All my friends were like going out and doing stuff, but I live with, you know, my grandparents who are old, you know, and you don't
want to put them at risk.
You don't want to put them at risk, and then my brother and my mom both work in the healthcare field, so they were seeing all of COVID. I was stuck in my house the whole time, so I had to find some sort of way to get like the energy out, to, you know, kind of find that creativity, and then I started, you know, making videos on TikTok, and then that's when it slowly progressed.
And so off TikTok, off Rib, was it fashion?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. No, like at first I was just bored as fuck, and I was like, all right, let me just like make some videos, just like some stupid videos. Like first it was like some like comedy shit, like skits here and there or whatever. Just like obviously wasn't taking it seriously, just doing it for fun, you know. Yeah. And then slowly like I would like start to see like some like, cause you know how like your For You page updates depending on like the things you like, and
the algorithm, right?
Yeah, your algorithm. And so I started seeing other people do like more fashion stuff, and I'm like, hey, I can do this. So I started making it, and at the time, like it was like beginning of 2020, so TikTok was like lame as fuck at the time. Like no one.
That's what
it was a complete joke.
TikTok.
It was a complete
like,
joke.
What the fuck would I get that whack ass platform? Right?
And I was the same way, bro. Like, like I literally hadn't downloaded TikTok until that time, because everyone was talking about like, oh, check out this video. I'm like, dude, fucking TikTok. Why would I download that shit? Yeah. It's stupid. Yeah. And so then I like, because I always thought about TikTok as like just dancing and
because that's what it was at first, right? It was a bunch of chicks shaking ass, dancing, doing random ass shit, and it wasn't even like cool like Vine in the sense where it was cool, funny skits. It was literally just like,
it was a joke.
Everyone thought it was the dancing platform. It was like a bullshit ass platform. Right. So I agree. Yeah. You know what I want them to really understand and know is, like I said, we'll get back to it more, but when I finally realized, like, oh shit, you ain't got a little clout, bro. It wasn't even dudes like how you told me off camera. You're like, yo, I did a few interviews here and there, but it's dudes asking for questions, not really like a genuine interview. When I noticed it, bro, and I've told you this a few times, excuse my vernacular because I talk the way I talk. I can't help it. Right. But I knew it was some serious shit, bro, when I saw bitches reposting you on Instagram. When I saw bitches, and excuse beautiful women, I love all my women, but when I saw bitches really posting you on IG, bro, I'm talking on the story, and it's you in the fit cleaned out. And for those of you who don't follow him, this is what you gotta understand about Ian's Instagram, bro. Like he said, he's into photography and all that, so you could tell the pictures are edited, but they're not edited to where like a woman, you're removing facial features or you're making things tighter. You're just like real cool aesthetics to amplify the photo a little more, right? You're doing real cool ass edits with your shit. And when I saw women really, really posting you, I was like, damn, this fool got it. This fool has something that I wish I could reach. Because a lot of people don't realize, man, women will take you farther than men ever could, dude. If a woman thinks something that you're doing is dope, you'll go crazy, bro. You could go through the roof. You could go to the moon. Right. But that's, like, for me, I just think it's funny, bro. That's when I really, really, really like, oh, shit, you're somebody. You know what I mean? Because I'm talking women from my hometown, bro, that I would have never guessed that would do some shit like that. They never reposted me when I was doing a million motivational videos. I might have had a little here and there, whatever, but that's the moment for me, bro. I was like, damn, he's solidified. Even if you don't take it further, you're solidified, bro. But I just think that shit's funny. So let's take it back. Let's take it back now. And I love how we started. Actually, that's really cool. I love being able to just go in and not feel forced. But so tell the audience, bro. Tell everyone on R.O.C. Tell them where you're from. Tell everyone on Oxplay where you're from. how you grew up, what the community's like, the things you saw around you, and just go ahead, start with where you from and who you are.
Okay, so I'm from La Junta, Colorado.
Okay.
Went to Swing, Colorado for school all growing up. Currently living in Colorado Springs. Yeah, I mean, growing up, like, I mean, around the valley, you know, everyone in such a small community kind of knows everyone.
Yeah. So tell me about the community aspect, bro. Like, what did you see growing up in La Junta, in Swing? Like, as a child, can you remember, like, who drove by, the skin color of people, shit like that? Like, tell me a little bit about that. Like, how did those environments that you grew up in shape you into who Ian is now? Yeah. Did you ever see shit when you were little that you knew, like, I don't fuck with that, or I fuck with that? Like, what about that?
Yeah, well, in such a small community, it's really interesting because, like, you know, you go to Walmart, you see everyone you know, and now that I'm living, you know, in a bigger city, like a million people.
And Walmart's like our mall for people that don't know. It's like our version of a mall.
Yeah.
That's where you go in to get, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you see everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now that, like, I'm living in a bigger city, it's, you know, I mean, Colorado Springs isn't huge, but, you know, it's a little bit bigger. It's like 1 million people in Springs.
Is it a culture shock in some sense?
I mean, when I first got there, a little bit, just because you kind of have to realize, like, no one knows who you are anywhere you go.
Do you like that more? Do you enjoy that aspect?
I would say so, a little bit.
Okay.
But I mean, what's really fun is I mean, it's a pro and a con having, like, everyone know you. You know, especially, like, from Swink. I mean, my class, like, had, like, 30 kids.
That
like,
graduated.
Yeah. And so, I mean, it's kind of interesting. Like, it's different because when you're in a community where everyone knows everyone else, it can be really good because, like, if you have a good reputation, whatever, like, people are gonna be like, yo, what's up? Like, you see anyone going down the street, you can be like, that's really cool because you know them, like, everyone on a personal basis. Whereas, like, it could also be a con because everyone knows, like, what you're up to, you know, like, like who you're with, like, where you're going out, what are you doing, all that. So it's a pro and a con. Yeah, for sure. But, like, now that I'm, like, you know, on my own and, like, you know, in a little bit bigger city, not huge city by any means, but
definitely bigger.
Definitely bigger. Yeah.
Bigger.
I mean, I do miss the community aspect a little bit of you know, a smaller town.
Of how close it was, how slow it is.
I do miss that a little bit.
Do you ever hold your thought real quick? Fucking. So where were we at, bro? The community aspect of everything that you miss.
Yeah. I'd say.
What do you miss about that specifically? Like, why do you miss? Because, like, for example, for me, right? Because I like to talk in my own experiences. That's why this isn't really an interview. It's an interview, but it's more of a conversation. Piece, right?
Yeah.
For me, bro, when I come home from Denver or I come home from seeing my lady in Fort Collins, I love how slow everything is. I love how the world just feels like it slows down. It's so much different. It's a feeling of, like, familiarity for me. And I love it, dude. Granted, do I want it forever? Probably not. But I love it for what it is, right? I love it a lot. So do you feel that type of aspect in it, in a sense?
For sure, bro. Like, the nostalgic a little bit as well. Now that I've been, you know, kind of on my own.
Life.
Yeah, I've been on my own for, like, 2 years now. So, like, coming back down, it's pretty cool. Like,
you feel like you ever get put in a time capsule, bro? Like, you feel
capsule?
Like, do you ever feel like Rocky Ford or Swink or La Junta ever is, like, 20 years behind of when you go up to Springs or Denver or anywhere?
I feel, yes, in some way, yeah, a little bit, but like, I like it because everything is so much more simple down here. It's way easier to just think and, like, breathe, because, like, you know, whenever I'm up there, I feel like there's a lot of, like, there's so much things I need to do, like, especially now that I have my own place and, like I have to do this and then I have to go here, and it's so much crammed, especially because I'm working 2 jobs. I'm going to school full time. I'm creating content at full time. Like, and when I come down here, it's like a vacation. It's like,
I was gonna say, do you feel like it's an escape from reality?
Yeah, I'd say so, bro.
Because that's another reason I love driving back and forth from Denver to Fort Collins or wherever it is. Because I feel like I'm in an escape. When I'm coming home, I feel that, how you said, I don't gotta worry about this. I don't gotta worry about that. I don't gotta worry about anything. I just have to worry about what's in front of me, right? And I love that, dude. So did you ever see anything as far as like your passions come from your mom or your grandma or grandpa or anyone like that? And if you did, what were those passions that came onto you from them that got passed on?
Okay. So passions, I don't think I really got any of my passions from my family or like anyone I saw growing up, just because I mean, I feel like I took like a lot of their values.
Okay.
A lot of like my role models, like whether it was like dudes I was looking up to as a kid, or even just like my my family, like my grandparents, my mom. Definitely their values, like they kind of taught you how to spend your money, how to be a good person, like how to do things right.
So who was your biggest role model growing up?
I'd say probably my grandma.
Okay. Did you what's the biggest thing she ever gave to you? You feel like?
Definitely just like I was going on before, like the values, like be a good person, do what's right, and above all, like do things the right way. It's like how you do one thing is how you do everything.
Everything. Don't half-ass shit. Nah, I get it, bro. Cause like my grandma's like my best friend, dude. I love my grandma to death. I'd literally kill someone for it right now if she told me to, right? And she emulated a lot of values and principles within me. Like that's why I'm just such a good person, bro. Like me and my primo were talking about this. When I love you, I love you. When I love you, I genuinely love you. I want to see you succeed, even over me. So sometimes that hurts me in the sense where I'm overly loyal to you. I overly love you, and I'll put you in a better position than I will put myself, just because I want to see you win so bad.
Right.
Right. And do you, on a different turn, let's turn the subject. Do you feel any sense of loyalty? Do you have anyone in your life right now you feel any sense of loyalty and love to? Or not even that. What are your thoughts about loyalty and love?
Okay.
Specifically, like for the people that you love and the people you're loyal to, where's your brain at with those?
Yeah, I was just thinking about that 21 Savage lyric when you said that, bro. Well, I mean, obviously, like when it comes to loyalty and love, like I feel like they kind of go hand in hand for me, at least. Definitely like the people I'm really close with in my life.
Yeah.
Like friends, family, relationships, whatever. Like I definitely hold my loyalty towards people who I really care about.
So let me give you an example, right? For me and my lady, even in my genuine relationship with my lady, we have a different mindset about that shit. My lady, the first thing she ever told me was, I don't give a fuck if you love me. I just want you to be loyal to me. And at first I was like, doesn't love come with loyalty, right? Because that's what you think. She ended up breaking it down to me like this. She said, look, you can, this is how my interpretation of it. So I can't tell you verbatim what she told me, but in the essence of what she was saying, she was basically telling me, look, even when you love me and you care about me and all this shit, that love is gonna make you hurt me one day. It could, but if you're loyal to me, you would never harm me. You would never do nothing bad to me. And let me put an example like this, an analogy. Let's say I get locked up. Let's say me and you are boys for our life. Like it's deeper than blood, it's deeper than family, it's deeper than anything, okay? I say, yo, Ian, I got 100 bands on me. I'm about to get locked up for 20 years. I need you to hold onto it for me. I just need you to hold it. Please don't touch it. I get locked up, give you the 100 bands, right? After these 100 bands, let's talk in the aspect of love right now. We're talking about love specifically. I give you this 100 bands. You start going through a hard time. You're barely paying bills. You're barely skating by, shit like that. You start thinking like, damn, where can I get more money? How can I hustle harder? Well, fuck, Chucho gave me 100 bands. He loves me. He doesn't want me to starve. He don't want me to have a hard time paying my bills. So you start taking a little bit because I love you, right? You think I love you.
Yeah.
And so you think in your head, like, if he loved me, he wouldn't want me to suffer. And that may be true. But let's talk in the aspect of loyalty now. Same thing. So like I said, in love, you're going to start taking money, right? In loyalty, same situation. You can't pay your bills, you're struggling to get by, everything's a little harder. Everything in your body and your soul that's tied to me because you're loyal to me, you're loyal to who Chucho is, everything's going to tell you, I can't fucking touch that fucking money. I can't put my finger on it because he told me, he trusts me. I'm not going to do it. So even in the same sense though, bro, with love for me, love can get you hurt a lot of the times because you can grow to love people you go to school with. You could grow to love people that you work with. You could grow to love anyone love is an attachment feeling.
Yeah.
But loyalty is a decision. You can't help to love people, bro.
Right.
I love people that don't deserve me worth a fuck. I love people that don't deserve to know who Derek Lucetto is, not even Chucho, right? You just love people, you can't help it, especially when you're born with values from your grandma or your mom, your dad. They put certain shit in your life that you can't help. But loyalty is a choice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's kind of how I feel about this shit.
Like love is more of like a feeling.
Love's a feeling,
whereas
loyalty's a choice. Loyalty is always a choice, bro. Because I can choose or not whether to hurt your feelings, right?
Right.
But love can make you. Love's emotion. Loyalty is straight thought, straight decision, and that's kind of where I'm at with it. And I guess to say all that is to say, do you ever feel like past situations, new situations, you've ever been in a situation where you felt someone was disloyal with you, that cut you off, that you cut off because they kept harming you, even if they didn't mean to, but they did?
Well, when it comes down to it, bro, like I typically try to just avoid people who are like toxic in my life.
How do you figure that out?
Well, like I feel like, you know, growing up I had like a few friends who probably weren't the best, you know.
Oh fuck, tell me about it. I had homies that we were still in their mom's minivan, bro, to go joyride and pick up chicks. Like I feel you. Yeah,
and now that, like, you know, I'm kind of like away from, like, you know, your own environment, you kind of like, you know, I could kind of choose more.
Yeah.
And so I kind of just avoid a lot of like toxicity now.
What gave you the ability to detect that though? Was that something always inside you? Did you have to figure that out through going through trials and tribulations? What made you able to be like, yo, I can tell about you. I know something about you.
Yeah, definitely trials and tribulations for sure. Like whenever I started like going through like a journey of like kind of like self-improvement, working on myself a little bit more, pretty much like my senior year of high school, I like, you know, like there's always like, you know, tough times that come up, and I started working on myself like full time, like apart from like school, basketball, whatever else. I was like, my entire free time was reading books to better myself, like meditating, doing all that shit, like going full monk mode, bro. And so like I was like, all right, this is like, these people probably aren't the best half of my life. And then from that point on, you could recognize, and whenever you start to like, you know, love yourself more and like work on like that self-care aspect, and you realize like who's good for you and who's not, who's like bettering you on your journey rather than who's holding you back.
Who's here for the moment and who's here forever, right?
Right.
So
exactly.
So fuck, you said something I really want to say something about. Fucking. Oh, this is what I was gonna say. When, like how you were saying that you just start to recognize through bettering yourself, right? I always tell everyone, humans are creatures of habit, bro. So when you know all your life, you grow up all your life realizing what normal is for most people. You grow up all your life understanding that, getting that specific aspect. So when you see people being weird or people moving different, you can't help but to understand that. Like, and especially even outside of that, bro, especially where we're from, we've always been the type to, you have to analyze the whole room. Like, okay, that dude's a little shady. This dude's like that. Like, you've always been premeditative, whether you try to or not. You've always been looking at certain people in a certain aspect. Not in the sense of like, just in the sense of like, okay, I know about you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, you could feel it, right? Like, you know when this dude comes in, oh, that's bad news, that's trouble. You know when this dude comes in, he holds a certain aspect. Do you ever remember the first video as far as fashion, what you did?
Yeah, I actually do. I remember like I was like holding my phone in like the mirror and it was like best shoes to buy like under $200 or some shit.
That's cool.
And then like I just remember like that video like got, I don't know, like a few thousand likes. I was like, damn, bro, like
fuck, I'm hot right now.
I'm like, my brain was getting a dopamine rush or some shit because I was like, fuck, I need to keep doing this shit.
Yeah. Bro, okay, even with that, did you ever, from those TikTok videos, from the Minecraft videos in 6th grade, did you ever get the thought, did you ever have this idea of manifesting that? Did you even know what that was at that point? Or you were just kind of going with the motions?
Well, I learned definitely about like, you know, manifesting, law of attraction, like kind of the way your mind influences your success at a little bit younger of an age than most people. And where'd
that come from? How'd you figure that?
Definitely through like self-improvement. So
So
first,
from the meditation, from the books, from understanding.
Yeah, because whenever you go like like working on yourself, you start to learn a lot of new things.
You deep dive about yourself, right?
Yeah.
I always tell everyone, bro, it's important to always have reality checks with yourself in the sense where, okay, do I really feel like I'm the vato that I'm portraying that I am? So am I confident? Am I this enough? Am I that enough? Do I have enough of this? Do I have enough of that? I always call it the enoughs, bro. Do you have enough of that shit? Sometimes you need a reality check, right?
Right.
And you get that through self-improvement. But go ahead. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Oh, no worries, bro. And so, like, I feel like I learned that at a pretty young age. And so I was able to kind of apply that in a lot of aspects
what
in my life.
What made you want to?
I always wanted
some tired of the average?
Always, bro. Always. I always wanted something more.
Did you always have a dream to be some type of influencer, to have some type of notoriety? Did you ever have any of that dreams?
Well,
outside of like, obviously we all had the hoop dream or the fucking baseball dream or the football dream, but did you ever have any dream outside of the regular degular to do something on that type of scale?
Yeah. And so like what we were talking about earlier is like, hoop dreams and stuff, like growing up, my entire like identity was kind of more like definitely, I always thought of myself as like a hooper a little bit,
Yeah.
And like I always thought of myself as like that, like getting good grades, whether it was like getting good grades and like hooping, like those were my like identity. That's how I saw myself as, I guess, throughout high school. And then afterward, like after basketball ended, I had like my entire identity was like, well, fuck, what do I do now? Like I'm not going to college to hoop or anything.
Did you have an identity crisis? Did you ever have a moment of like paranoia, freaking out, like nervous as fuck? Like, how am I supposed to do this? Like, who am I now? What do I do? Where do I go? What the fuck?
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say as much of an identity crisis, but it's more like, holy shit, I gotta get it together, bro. I don't know what I'm gonna be doing. Like, I gotta figure out something fast, Mm-hmm. And so at that point, like, I kind of just was like, all right, well, I gotta change my identity. I gotta shift to a new version of myself, so to speak. That's different from my past identity.
I like this shit. Okay, so I got this thing, bro. I call it the fake it till you make it complex. And I always tell everyone now, if the vato that I was in high school could see the vato that I am now, fuck, that dude would be proud. Facts. Because everything that I faked that I was in high school, I fucking am now. And I might not be it perfectly, but I'm trying, right?
Yeah.
Do you ever feel like, do you feel like you could look back at your past self in that same sense and be like, yo, bro, fuck, you did it. Or fuck, I'm proud of you. Like, that younger version, you would be proud of yourself right now.
Oh, yeah. And I feel like the younger version of me would like be like, damn, I didn't realize you'd be going in this direction. Because I wouldn't have, guessed that. I'd be doing this, kind of stuff with my life right now. I feel like, growing up, my direction was always like, well, like, go to college, like, whatever. Like, my entire thing was, like, grades and basketball and, like, sports and then friends or whatever. But now it's like my goals and values kind of changed a little bit over time.
Yeah. And
so it's kind of cool because, like, now I'm kind of, like, running my own businesses and kind of learning more about that aspect. And I'm kind of doing, the kind of stuff that, like, the younger me wish I could have done when I was younger.
So talk to me more about the law of attraction, bro, manifestation. Like, what about those two topics resonate with you so much? Why do they resonate? Outside of what you already told me being, like, self-improvement. Like, why do they resonate so much? Why do you believe in them so much? Why do you stand by them so much?
Okay, so, I mean, for the viewers who don't know, like, the law of attraction is, like, should I explain it real quick?
Yeah.
Because I know it's probably...
Yeah, explain it, even for me, bro, because honestly, I'm not too clear on it either. Yeah. I understand the general idea, but I need a clear definition to say.
Because I know it's kind of a confusing topic whenever you bring up, it's not...
bro, even when people bring up manifestation and shit, you know what I hate is seeing people, I just told myself every day, I did this every day. But it's like, for me, and this might interrupt your point a little bit, maybe you were going the same direction, but like for me, bro, so in high school, bro, to take it back to what I was talking about where I was faking it till I made it, I wasn't very confident with the fuck, bro. I didn't have great self-esteem. I was always insecure about my looks, my height, my weight. I was always a skinny, small vato. Everyone always thought they could punk me, so I was always like fighting with people, arguing with people, trying to hold my own, right? And for me, bro, even to this day, which I can't believe I'm even admitting this on air, But that's like, bro, great people bring out genuine conversation. So, like I said, I appreciate you being here. But, I have to get in the mirror every fucking day, homie. And I have to tell myself, yo, Derek, you're confident. Derek, you're that vato. Derek, you can do this. I believe in you. Your self-esteem is high. You're handsome. You're XYZ. I have to tell myself verbatim in the mirror, I'm going to be confident today. I'm going to take today head on. I have to. So, and to get what I'm saying is, like, but outside of just saying that, bro, I have to take genuine steps to doing it. Right. I hate when influencers get on air and they're just like, oh, I just say it every day. No, it's not about saying it, though. You have to make genuine steps to get there, right? You have to do genuine shit every single day. Like, even in depression, bro, I get depressed every fucking day. I'm like, fuck, I don't want to go to work. Fuck, I just want to lay in bed today. Fuck, I don't want to shower. But every day I have to tell myself, yo, go get a little sun. I have to make myself get a little sun. I have to make myself talk. I have to make myself interact with people. I have to be around people I care about. I have to go certain places. You have to give a genuine effort to do that shit. That's
a great point, bro. Great point.
But sorry to interrupt you, shit. But go ahead and speak on the law of attraction. Yeah. Explain it for the viewers what that is.
Okay. So going back to like the law of attraction, like, so people who like don't know, it's pretty much your thoughts determine your reality. So like, you know, if you think positive thoughts, typically, you know, you're gonna have a more positive life, so to speak. That's the most general, basic understanding. Is that your mindset, you know, kind of determines whether you fail or succeed. And that can be applied to a lot of things. Like, say if you want a new car, if you think about the new car, take action towards it.
That's the bigger part. Tell them, you take action.
I was gonna get to that point actually. Like you were saying earlier, like that's a really good point. Is like when I was first starting out with like learning, you know, these things, like a big thing about the law of attraction, like manifestation, is like think better thoughts, think better thoughts, think better thoughts. And a lot of times, it's like, how can you force yourself to think these thoughts if that's not how you're actually feeling? And another part too is like, you know, I was sitting in my room, like, I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna think my way into a better life. Like, I'm gonna think my way into getting like money and think my way into getting whatever I want in my life. When the biggest thing I needed to be told during that time was definitely like, you can't achieve it without taking action. You have to have both. You have to have the mindset and action to achieve your goal. Because if you just think and you don't take any sort of action, you're not gonna achieve that goal. You have to have both. And so that's a really good point you were talking about earlier. Is like, you know, actually taking the steps forward, making yourself do shit you don't want to do. Because
like, bro, I got the worst social anxiety in the world. Do you even think this interview was easy for me? I got the biggest social anxiety, bro. I almost did. I was like, bro, we gotta cancel. I got terrible social anxiety, bro. And it would never come off like that because I speak with such conviction, such passion. But it's because I force myself, bro. Naturally, I'm introverted. Naturally, I'm this, I'm that, and the third. I have to take genuine steps to being a better person, to being a stronger person, to being more thought out, that type of shit.
Yeah.
I love that you made that point about action, bro. It's all about the action when you do shit like that.
It is, bro.
It's all about the action. Shit, this might not even be the best interview, best podcast, best setup. People will probably watch it and be like, fuck, bro, you could have did this better, that better, that better. But the fact we're doing it, like, that's what the fuck it's about, bro.
Yeah, and like you were saying, like, the action is important because if you don't start somewhere, if you're just thinking these thoughts, you don't start somewhere, how are you going to be able to get to the point where you improve constantly over time? And that's what's one of the most important things is like, is that like improvement isn't linear. It's like when you look at like a graph, it's not just a straight line that goes up
all the way to success,
right? It's very slow, and then it gradually just goes up like that. Like it's like a,
and then sometimes it'll strike all the way back down, bro. Shit, I was telling everyone, bro, even taking it in a sense, like me and my homie were just talking about this on the other podcast, bro. R.O.C didn't come into vision till like literally this last year or two. And before that, I was sneakerless. Before that, I was Oxplay. Before that, I was this. Before that, I was R.O.C Cast. Like shit like that, right? And I didn't realize, but if I didn't take those steps of making 1 million videos, bro, and I got 1 million videos that these fools will never fucking see because they suck. But if I didn't take the step to do those videos, I would have never seen ways I could have improved and did better. Like this interview would not be this good if I didn't take those steps from back then, right? Because like, bro, but this is the more important thing, even in the sense of manifestation. and I'll let you explain that a little more too. But even in the sense of manifestation, I had to see it, I had to feel it, I had to touch it, I had to fuck with it. Like I'm the type of dude, I need to grab it. Like even though, like I told you, I got this notepad, bro. I didn't have to bring a fucking notepad, but I need it. I need to feel that, right? And what was I gonna say about that? That gives me the idea of manifestation with like videos and shit. Even at the time when I first started doing all those videos, bro, even though I look back now and I cringe and they all suck, bro, I thought that was the hottest shit out. I thought everything I did, this is the one that's going to take me to the top. This is the one that's going to take me to the roof. You know what I mean? And you need that, bro. You need those trials to get through, to understand, like, this shit, maybe this isn't the right direction. Let's go here. Or maybe you had a great idea at the time, but you didn't execute it right. So how about we do something else? The only way you're going to learn that, bro, is if you go through shit and you put content out. You see what people like. You see what people don't, right?
Exactly, bro. And, like, also, it's as you start to actually put the action in, you'll notice, like, you'll find improvements. Like, if you're like, all right, the lighting was bad on this one, then you'll take the time out to learn for it. Or you'll start doing your research, whether it's, like, going on YouTube and they're like, all right, how do I... tutorials. Yeah, shit like that. And you find a way to make it work. And then over time, because, like, think about it. Anyone who's successful in their field has to start somewhere. And most likely, you know, like, whoever you look up to, all of your, like, whoever your role model is, whether it's, like, a basketball player, like, content creator, whatever, it doesn't matter. Whoever's successful in their field, has their first start was complete shit. Like, think about, like, I don't know, some of the biggest YouTubers in the world, like, their videos. Mr. Beast, bro, that's a great example. Like, the kid was, like, making complete shit videos as a kid. Like, I watched one of his podcasts, and he talks, like, how he was, like, 14 years old making, like, a video every day, and it was complete shit. And now he's, like, one of the, like, I think the top 3 biggest YouTubers in the world.
Yeah, he's on the way to number 1.
Oh, he gonna get there, bro.
Bro, do you ever feel like, so this is what I want to ask you. Where do you want to take your life and your career right now? Like, actually, before we answer that one, keep that one in the back of your head. Who is Ian Kersey right now? Like, where do you, and maybe you don't know specifically who you are, which I would never expect, because I always got this thing where I say, if you say you know who you are, you're really lost. But what's your passion? Where do you drive from? What makes you want to go there? Like, where do you want to take it? Give me that.
So, like, for me, I feel like my passions and my purpose and, you know, kind of like my goals and values kind of just, they constantly change. Like, you know, one day I might see myself as, like, being a content creator. The other day I want to be, like, a business owner. Like, and I kind of can join like a multiple different things together. But right now, like, a big passion in my life is, like, self-expression. Like, whether that's through a medium of, like, creating content, whether it's through, like, fashion, sneakers, whatever. That's a big part for me in my life right now. That's why I focus on that a lot.
As an influencer, bro, do you ever feel responsibility to allow people to understand that? What you just said, like, self-expression is my biggest thing. Do you ever feel a passion to, like, let people know, like, if they talk to you in person, maybe not over your social media and everything like that, but in person, like, bro, do you ever got, like, bro, express yourself, do what you want, do what makes you feel good? Do you ever feel like a purpose in telling people that and letting people know it's okay to be who you are, it's okay to do what you want to do, it's okay to feel how you want to feel? Yeah,
for sure. And I think that when it comes down to that certain aspect of, like, self-expression, a huge part in the community that I'm in is a lot of people like to sort of, like, a lot of big content creators. I really don't like the word influencer, like, a whole lot. I like content creator. Influencer to me sounds like, I don't know how to explain it. I just don't like the word.
Does it make you feel, because I think I get where you're coming from. Do you ever feel, does it make you feel like you're not human in the sense, like, not even the sense of not human, but, like, it makes you feel like you're somebody on a pedestal when I'm just, like, I'm an average dude, bro. Like,
I would say some aspect, yeah. Like, and it's like, for me, the word's just kind of cringy. Like, when I think of influencer, I think of, like the same vibe as, like, reality TV shit. Like, you know,
like some Jersey Shore shit.
Yeah. Like, I'm like, a content creator is like, because it's kind of like a job apart from what I do and what I enjoy.
Yeah.
So I like that word better personally. But, like, back to the point, I was talking about, I forgot what point we're.
Fuck, I don't even remember, bro. You know, I'll shift the circle, but back to the influencer thing. For me.
Oh yeah, I remember, bro.
Oh, go ahead.
Should I go?
No, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
I was talking about like in the community that I'm in is like a big thing of like the self-expression aspect was a lot of these like bigger influencers like to talk bad about like a certain type of fashion or a certain type of like style.
Instead of holding responsibility, they shit on shit.
Yeah, bro. It's like, dude, if you have that big of a platform, why are you hating on other people?
Why aren't you encouraging shit?
Like, you should be the one who's like, you know, being a role model for people. Like, to some aspect, like, yeah, like I make a lot of videos. Like, I make a video a day for the last 2 years. Like, I mean, like, there's times where I'll be like, yeah, like, I'll make fun of like a certain style or whatever, but like, it's all in good fun. There's people who genuinely like hate other people for the way another person dresses or expresses himself. I'm like, dude, like, if they wear a certain brand or a certain type of shoe or clothing, they'll like roast them and like hate on them. I'm like, dude, that's the complete opposite of what you should be doing.
That's not the culture, right?
Yeah, I try to tell, like, you know, some of these like people who reach out to me in the DMs or whatever, like, don't let these bigger content creators, influencers, whatever, don't let them like shit on your style. Like, if like something's a popular style, usually like if something's a really popular style, they'll shit on them. Like right now, like Carhartt pants and like Air Force Ones or like graphic tees are like, you know, those are like the more popular styles in right now, whatever. But like these big content creators will like completely shit on them, and it's like, dude, you gotta like, you can't let these people, you know, make you hate something just for wearing what you like. At the end of the day, you know, wear what you enjoy. Like, don't let these people discourage you. Yeah. And I fucking hate when these like big creators are like you're like, this is that trash or whatever. Like, dude, you have so much, like, you have so many people who are watching your shit. You can't, like, that's gonna create a culture of everyone being like, your shit's bad, my shit's good. And it's like, that's the complete opposite.
We should turn into the sneaker game shit.
Yeah, it's like, bro, we should be building each other up, not tearing each other down type shit.
You know, that's one thing I love about fashion. It reminds me a lot of hip hop. Granted, I'm not the most fashionista motherfucker in the world. I don't got that crazy of a style. But one thing I really love about fashion, bro, is the ability to express without hate. Like, you can't tell me how to wear clothes. You can't tell me what I think's dope. You can't tell me none of this shit. And I can express that through all this shit. And I genuinely appreciate that. So, back to the culture of fashion. Can you give for the viewers and even me, because I don't fucking know, what is fashion culture? Like, what's the culture of fashion?
Well, it depends. There's a lot of different, you know, there's a lot of different like types of it too. There's so many different aesthetics and styles and stuff. But like, you know, more of the streetwear kind of cultures is what I'm kind of into. Like, it's more into like, you know, the hip hop, rap kind of scene, as well as like, you know, sneakers. It's kind of coincides. It's like it's really closely, you know, related to like the hip hop kind of scene. Although, you know, like, there's also a lot of different genres, kind of like, you know, with music or whatever, there's a lot of different types. So, I feel like, you know, there's a lot of different aspects within, you know, the streetwear culture too. Like, there's a lot of different styles. Like, there's like some people who like prefer, you know, like graphic tees and baggy pants. Some people are more into like the avant-garde fucking like Rick Owens and like high designer and all this other stuff. So, the culture, it really depends on the certain style, but that's what I think's kind of cool about it. Is like, you know, everyone has their own personality that they can express through what they wear, and you can kind of see that, you know, like, just, you don't even have to, like, you don't have to talk to the person. You can just see, like, by the style they're wearing, like, you know, the person they are, the kind of music they might like, who knows. So that's kind of interesting, and like, that's why I was going back to that last point what we were talking about. Is like, I don't understand how people can hate on another person's style. It's like, that's who they are. That's the way they express themselves.
Yeah.
So
I don't think people ever think about it that deep, though. Is the thing, like,
I think so too. Yeah, I don't think people really go in that deep, but like within that world of, like, you know, streetwear and stuff, it's like the fashion content and all that. It's like, that's something that's kind of a more predominant theme that I've noticed. You know, a lot of hate and a lot of criticism and shit. So that's why I kind of brought that up. But when it comes down to it, I feel like a lot of people don't go that deep. Yeah, don't think about that much.
I get you. That should be a conversation everyone should have, like, especially in your culture. Like, I hope people know, like, this. I hope they know in the content creation space. The reason I'm interviewing you for a lot of reasons is this fashion shit. I look at you as like a major figure in this game. So I hope when people see this interview, whether they're your followers or my followers, they get that as a pivot point. Like, don't hate this shit. This shit's for self-expression. This shit's for people. This shit is to show who you really are. So I like
that's
that
what it
point
really
a
comes
lot.
down to. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that point a lot. I was gonna say, bro, do you ever feel a certain perception because of the way you dress? Like, example, I'll give you my example. I dress like a fucking thug, homie. I look like a cholo all the time, right? I can't help it, bro. I like the style. I love the Dickies. I like creasing my shit. I love starching everything. It might not be starched right now, but I had to throw some shit together. But anyway, so I get perceived a lot of the time as a thug. People don't understand my vernacular all the time. That's why I say excuse my vernacular, which is just grammar, the way I speak. But when I start to articulate myself, I start to explain to people, talk to people, have genuine conversation, they realize like, oh, this fool's dope. He's not just some dumbass kid. He's a genuine person that has understanding, that can think thorough thoughts, that can uplift his community, can go crazy. You know what I mean?
Right.
So what do you think about perception as far as the way you dress in your community? Like, even how you dress, do you feel like you get perceived a certain way?
Yeah, I would say so, because there's like a lot of, you know, content creators who like are all about like, you know, proportions and style, and like they're super detailed in the things they do, whereas like my style is a lot more between the realm of like
genre bending.
Yeah, like I like at sometimes I'll just wear like, you know, more of just the basic streetwear, like graphic tees, shorts, like Jordan 4s, whatever. And then other times I'll more like, you know, kind of go into like the workwear kind of style, like Dickies and like, you know, Carhartt, like workwear and shit. Like I've been fucking with that style a lot recently too. And it's like, I feel like people kind of might perceive my style as like some people might think it's basic, while others might think it's like somewhere in between. Some people might think it's like fucking weird. And I mean, at the end of the day, it's like you could kind of merge styles. You can kind of have your own aesthetic, and that's kind of what I want to do. I don't want to wear the same things as everyone else to the same degree, although following trends and like what's popular is obviously going to somewhat influence, right? Kind of influence, you know, the way you're dressing as well. Yeah. So,
bro, do you ever feel like there's any culture vulture shit in as far as in fashion? Like a top trend right now, right, is thrifting. Do you ever feel like that's a culture vulture type of mentality? Like, do you feel like there's people in the game outside of hating on other styles, like we already discussed?
Yeah.
But do you ever feel like there's any culture vulture ideas in fashion? Like, do you feel like there's a gimmick for a lot of people in this? Instead of being genuine with self-expression and showing who you are, there's a gimmick behind it. Like, they're doing it to reach a certain crowd instead of doing it for the right reasons. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I feel like to some aspect, yeah. It really just depends on I guess the person. But like you were saying about earlier, like thrifting is like, some people like to say like, no, don't thrift. Like, these people who are in need them. It's like, dude, there's millions and millions of clothes that get thrown in landfills each year. Like that, like you thrifting, like if you're better off than like another person, like it's not going to affect.
It's not as deep as they're trying to make it at that point for certain shit.
Yeah. And like a big thing right now too is like what they call fast fashion is like all these like huge clothing hauls of like Shein. Have you heard of Shein?
I have not.
And like there's like these like really, there's like a bunch of places on the internet where you could find like super fucking cheap clothes. Like I'm talking like $3 t-shirts and shit. And people just buy like hundreds of dollars worth of it, wear it once, and then throw it away. And so a lot of people are like, you know, kind of just, that's definitely a big thing, is like a lot of people are buying from these companies and shit.
I ain't gonna lie, the fools hating on that. I don't know if that's a bad thing or a good thing, but the fools hating on that, bro. I wish I could buy a new Pro Club every day and throw that bitch away. I wish I had the money to do that shit, bro. I love wearing a crispy white tee out the box. I mean, I'm different. Yeah. I wear that bitch out the box, iron that hoe. You know what I mean? But I kind of understand that style. That's kind of cool. I don't know if that's a bad thing or not. I get it though.
Yeah, a lot of people think it's a bad thing because the clothes are just so cheaply made. But I mean, I get both ways, but
I could definitely see both of it, because if I could wear a brand new, bro, it's like the baby and all them buying new
Air Forces. They buy fucking new Air Forces for every day, dude.
Every day, bro. They say they're busted. And granted, I'd never do that, but I get it. I can understand the thing behind it, right? Yeah. So
I get it.
Really what I want to close out on, bro, is how do you want people to perceive Ian Kersey? Who is Ian Kersey? Why do we care? Why should we care? What do you bring to the table? Give me just a handful of who you feel you are, what you are. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Well, like when it comes to perception,
just everything, bro. As a person, fuck it. Just as a person, like, off this interview, what do you hope people are like, damn, this cat's hard, this cat's this cat's that. Like, what do you want them to speak to you in the comments in the sense of being like, yo, I fuck with him. I understand why he has a following. I understand why people kind of look at him like, oh, he's that black though. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Well, when it comes to like the perception of like who I am, I definitely say like the way I perceive myself would be like an entrepreneur and creator. Whether it's creating through whatever means, whether it's clothing or, you know, like videos, photos, like just expressing yourself is, I think it's really dope. And so like one thing I'd say people can take away is definitely like, apart from just creating content and stuff, like I genuinely like want to help people. Like I want to provide value to the world.
That's fire. That's so fire.
In everything I do, like whether it's whatever work it is.
Do you feel like that's your purpose in a sense?
For sure.
That's sick.
For sure, bro.
That's sick. Just to help others.
To provide value, yep. To give some sort of meaningful, like contribute something to the world.
That's so fire, bro. I always live by this quote. I live by a lot of quotes, but this is one of my favorite. Maybe I'll never change the world, but hopefully I can inspire someone to do.
Facts,
you know what I mean? And I got that from Tupac. I know Pac got that from somewhere else. And low key, I'm lying. I might have got that from Nip. I'm pretty sure that one's from Nip. But salute Nip Hussle, great. But one thing I want to leave you closing out on, bro, real deal. Unless do you have anything else you want to really stick on before I say this?
I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
Cool. One thing I really want to leave you on, bro, is, and this is just a life, like hopefully you take this and you really like, damn, that's some shit. I hope you take it in the sense of and this is the sense of perception and how people perceive you. Never let other people put their image of who Ian Kersey is onto you. All you could do is be the best version of you. You can't be mad at me for being me when you thought I was this. I can only be who I am in my fullest truth. So to say that is to say, I hope you live in your truth. All you could do is be you. You can't be what I think Ian Kersey is. You have to be yourself. Right. And I hope you know that, bro. I hope genuinely you live that and you flourish in that. Because no one can tell you how to rock your style, how to be who you are, how to be what you want to be, how to impact people's lives. Can't tell you that. All you know is how to do that shit. And I hope you take that shit. And I really appreciate you doing this.
Of course, bro.
One thing I really want to leave off on, bro. And I'm gonna. This is a future thing. This is actually a brand new segment. I want you to give me 3 words that describe who Ian Kersey is.
All right. Damn, bro.
Yeah, I had to put you on the spot.
All right. Let's think.
3 words that genuinely describe who you are, like in your fullness. If you wanted to explain to people how you are in these 3 words, what you think it is.
All right. I'd say creative, authentic, and I don't know, genuine, I guess.
I like that. I love that.
I couldn't think of anything.
I love that. No, that's hard. That's actually what I really genuinely think comes from you. Granted, I only know it's from our short interactions, but that definitely is. That's super dope. And I want you to know, bro, for everything you do in your journey, if you keep getting bigger, if you decide to go with your business and you want to market a different way and you want to go over here, I want you to understand here at R.O.C, and it's always R.O.C to the death of me, and you're always a part of that. I hope you know that. But I want you to understand that you always can use my platform to do what you want to do, to take it to the levels you want to take it. Anything that you ever need, we're here for you. We'll help you. We'll go as crazy as we can to make sure that happens.
I appreciate that, bro.
I want you to know, genuinely, I don't really care to interview people unless I genuinely fuck with them. And I genuinely fuck with you. So I hope you know that. I hope you take that away with you.
Appreciate that, bro.
You got any closing thoughts that you want to leave out to the viewers? Tell them follow you on everything.
Yeah.
Know everything, bro.
Okay, you guys can follow me on TikTok, Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube, all that. At Original Paradigms, PARADIGMS.
And I'll make sure to put that over the screen so they could make sure to follow. And like I said, bro, I appreciate you doing this for me, man. It means a lot to me for a lot of reasons.
I appreciate you having me, bro. For real.
It means a lot to me, bro. The fact that you'd even take time out of your day to meet with me, because I'm no one, fool. I don't got a lot of clout. I don't got a lot of following. I don't got shit. But the fact that you thought I was important enough to be like, yo, bro, I can do this with you. And not even on some clout shit, because you probably got more clout than me. I appreciate you taking time out of your day to fuck with me. That means a lot.
Of course, bro.
So,
well, I appreciate you having me, bro. Like, you spit like a lot of words.
Yeah, I think
shit.
I think we spit a lot of game today, bro.
Yeah, dude. I hope the the viewers can like feel inspired, or feel some sort of motivation, because like every time we talk, bro, like I always like after we were talking about this earlier, like after I go home, like I always feel like I gotta do more. I feel like motivated.
I gotta go crazy, right? Like I gotta take it to the roof. I get it, bro.
Especially being around like-minded people who like want to achieve more in their lives.
No, I get it, bro. So I hope that's one thing, bro. I want to clarify real quick. I feel like we already said later, but I'm gonna keep this in. I want people to realize, bro, that's one of my hardest things on camera to do is, because you can feel the energy right now, bro. Like it was a great, like I've had a great time. I had a great mood, all that shit.
Yeah. And
I hope they could feel that shit through the camera, bro. Because it's different in here right now.
It is, bro.
I've had a great time doing this shit, bro. I've had a lot of fun right now.
Super
so, and that's one of my biggest worries doing this R.O.C shit, bro. Doing the brand, doing the squad, taking the team to the top is, can you feel me through the camera, or is it just some bullshit?
Yeah.
Like, because I have a hard time portraying who I am on camera. I feel like I get extra. Mm-hmm. But I hope they feel this, bro. I had a great time, bro.
Bro, I did too. It was a lot of fun, bro.
I appreciate you coming on. For everyone, make sure you got any brand that you shouting out, anything like that, or it's just Ian Kersey.
Just me, bro.
It's just Ian Kersey.
You guys get some shout outs through my socials.
Mm-hmm. I'll give you guys some shout outs. Make sure you follow him. He's a great dude, man. It definitely gonna change the world. I can feel it. I already know. And for everyone watching, this is R.O.C to the death of me. You on the R.O.C channel. Thank you for coming to another episode of Ox Play. Ian, I appreciate you coming through, bro. I had such a great fucking time, man.
Of course, bro.
This shit was cool. And like I said, it's R.O.C to the death of me. We'll catch y'all next episode. Salute to y'all.